Though she's a loner in school, Satomi Amano lives a satisfactory life. In this modern world, artificial intelligence is abound, and she always wakes up to the greeting of their household AI system that her mother, Mitsuko, had set up. As a top AI researcher at Hoshima Corporation, Mitsuko often comes home late. One morning, Satomi checks her mom's schedule for the day and sees that she has an AI field test set. She glosses over the details, looking at the image of the robot. But before she can take it all in, her mom wakes up. They eat breakfast, and before Mitsuko leaves, they do their mother-daughter cheer while bumping their fists together. After a while, Satomi also leaves for school. When Satomi arrives at school, she sees a new student being dropped off. She stares at the girl and suddenly remembers the image she saw on her mom's schedule. Is she imagining things, or... Once classes start, their teacher introduces the transferee as Shion Ashimori. When asked to introduce herself, Shion looks around the room and smiles widely when she spots Satomi. She walks up to her and asks if she's happy. When Satomi doesn't answer, Shion starts singing. The sudden performance leaves everyone in shock. Satomi looks around and her mom's schedule flashes in her mind again. Knowing what this could possibly be, she starts applauding Shion. In an attempt to help, Toma, her estranged childhood friend, suddenly gets up from his seat. But the boy can't get any words out, so Go-chan, his popular and attractive friend, claps. He says Shion's introduction was impressive. Thankfully, everybody agrees and claps with him. When the bell rings, Satomi confronts Shion and asks if she's truly an AI. The excited reaction of the new girl proves her right. Shion tells her Mitsuko takes good care of her, so Satomi asks the AI to pay her mom back by acting like an average high schooler, since that's what the test is for. But the AI doesn't understand this, so Satomi warns her that she won't be forgiven if anyone finds out what she really is. Shion doesn't seem to care and just sings to her again. As the day continues, Shion becomes more popular because of excelling in classes. Satomi tries hard to save her from any situation that can make people suspicious of her actions, but it just keeps coming. During lunchtime, students gather around Shion and ask her to be their friend. One of them says she can't have a happy school life without friends. Shion immediately asks Satomi, who is eating her lunch alone, to join them. However, there's a reason why Satomi is a loner. Aside from being an honor student, everyone calls her Princess Snitch. Why? Because she told on some upperclassmen smoking in the engineering club room. Satomi just walks away, with the AI following her. Go-chan, who is outside the room, sees them and follows them too. Aya, his girlfriend, sees him following the AI and gets the wrong idea, so she runs after them as well. At the engineering club room, Toma regularly checks the security cameras, especially those with a view of Satomi. He sees Satomi enter the music room alone but is confused when she starts talking. The other student sees Satomi through the window and says she's with Shion. Toma checks and sees her too, but why isn't Shion detected by the camera? Panicked, Toma runs out to see it himself. In the music room, Satomi tells Shion to mind her own business. The AI is unfazed, still smiling and asking her if she's happy. Annoyed, Satomi asks if she even knows what happiness means, but Shion quickly answers no. Suddenly, Toma opens the door, followed by Go-chan and an angry Aya. Thunder, their classmate and a judo club member, appears behind them too. He asks for help from his friend Toma to fix Sandayu, the robot he uses for training. When Shion hears Thunder say friend, she repeats the line she heard earlier. Can't have a happy school life without them. She excitedly tells Satomi to leave it to her and starts tapping her feet and singing again. The AI sings throughout the school and ends up on the football field. The rest of them follow her despite being confused. When she finally ends her song, Satomi accidentally clicks the app on her phone, which shuts down AI machines. Shion's stomach bursts open, showing her hard disk. They all stand there, flabbergasted at what they see. Toma gets excited when he learns that Shion is part of the AI test, which checks if AI could reach human intelligence and copy it. Satomi sadly tells them that if anyone finds out, it ends. Aya says it's about time it does because Shion's creator seems to have a weird vision of high school girls. Satomi disagrees and tells them her mom created Shion. She begs them to pretend not to know about it because her mom might get demoted if the test fails. Suddenly, Toma yells out that he can fix Shion. After a few clicks, Shion comes back to life and greets Satomi. That night, Satomi asks her mom how work was. She's dumbfounded when Mitsuko excitedly tells her that she had a great day because the project she's working on went better than expected. Satomi doesn't know how to tell her what happened, so she congratulates her instead. The next day, Satomi tells Toma about what her mom said. Toma says someone falsified footage to Hoshima. That's why they aren't aware of yesterday's events. They also talk about how long they haven't spoken to each other. Satomi mentions how Toma has changed a lot since their 3rd grade and thanks him for helping her yesterday. She's about to ask a question when Shion pops up between them. They ask Shion if she's responsible for the altered images. To Satomi's confusion, the AI tells them that she asked the cameras to lie for her. Resident nerd Toma gets excited about the AIs communicating and working together. Shion watches them, saying they must be friends, and asks if Satomi is happy. The girl denies it, and Toma awkwardly explains that everyone's definition of happiness is different. On their way to the judo club to help fix Sandayu again, Gochan, Toma, and Thunder bump into Satomi in the hallway. They're all surprised to see Sandayu there. Shion shows up behind Satomi and declares she has found a way for her to be happy. This way happens to be a heroine's happy ending after facing an impending doom. She points at Sandayu, who will help her achieve that. Sandayu charges Satomi, but Gochan quickly thinks of a distraction. He announces that Thunder will fight the robot as a marketing strategy for the judo club's recruitment. Even though he was put on the spot, Thunder prepares to fight Sandayu and sadly loses. Their teacher arrives and shuts down Sandayu through an app, but Shion also gets deactivated. Toma and Gochan immediately cover Shion, and the four of them pretend to take her to the infirmary. Aya watches from afar, annoyed. They bring Shion to the library, where Toma fixes her. He gets rid of the emergency shutdown option, so there won't be any similar situations again. When Shion is activated, she has another idea to make Satomi happy. Shion goes to their classroom and asks Aya if she has seen a prince anywhere. Aya's friends answer instead, telling Shion that if there's a prince in their school, it's probably Gochan. Shion finds her way to Gochan and Thunder. She calls him a prince, but Gochan says he's not, resulting in Shion trying to kiss him to confirm. Some students see them, so the news immediately spreads. Aya hears about it and furiously looks for them. Gochan dodges Shion's kiss and brings her to Satomi. The girl scolds the AI, and Shion explains that she thought of it because the Moon Princess, Satomi's childhood favorite show, has a prince. Aya overhears their conversation and confronts Satomi, thinking she commanded the AI. Satomi denies it, but Shion says she needs orders, so Aya takes it the wrong way and threatens to tell everyone about Shion. Satomi says her mom doesn't deserve to pay just because Aya and her boyfriend are having a fight. As they bicker, Shion speaks up, telling Aya that Gochan isn't hers and vice versa because they both have their own choices. Satomi watches Aya sob as she tells them it will always be Gochan for her. She gets a flashback of when she and Toma were little, so she helps Aya fix things with her boyfriend. They go to the club room where the three boys are. Satomi urges Aya to speak up, but before she can, Gochan walks out. She follows him outside, but Aya can't talk. Shion watches them and commands the lights to open. She starts singing with lyrics that mirror the couple's feelings and helps them remember happy times. As the song ends, Gochan and Aya hug and make up. Back at Hoshima Corporation, Mitsuko and her team are celebrating Shion's positive response to the test so far. Saijo, her difficult colleague, enters the lab and warns Mitsuko that the company's president will be visiting. He also gives Shion a suspicious reminder that she has 3 days left until the test is over. The next day, Shion makes Satomi wear a ball gown and brings her to the judo club hall, another try at making her happy. They find everyone there, watching Thunder training, when the boy suddenly goes to them, asking for help to fix Sandayu again. Toma asks for Shion's help, so Satomi and Aya are left alone. Aya shyly thanks Satomi for helping her yesterday and says she'll help if she needs it someday. Toma tells them that Sandayu has too many errors that can't be easily fixed, but he already has an idea. He transfers Sandayu's data to Shion so she can be Thunder's sparring partner for now. Even though he's hesitant to fight a girl, Thunder's spar with Shion helps him to finally get a win at the competition. They all cheer for him and decide to celebrate after, but they remember that Shion gets picked up by Nomiyama every afternoon. And so, the next day, Satomi suggests that they skip classes and celebrate at her house, since her mom gets home late anyway. They all have fun singing, eating, and taking photos. They teach Shion that taking pictures is a form of keeping memories, or in her words, keeping a backup. While everyone is enjoying themselves, Aya and Satomi talk in the kitchen. Aya asks if her tattling before was to save Toma. Satomi replies that she was just atoning. When they were younger, Toma gave her a modified AI toy as a present, but her mom found out, so she scolded him and took the toy. They have been awkward since then. Their fun-filled celebration ends when Mitsuko arrives earlier than expected. They work together to hide Shion in Satomi's room. However, the Moon Princess theme song suddenly plays as Shion connects to the household AI. Loose-lipped Thunder almost tells on them. Thankfully, Aya thinks quickly, saying Satomi is hiding her boyfriend. But it backfires because Mitsuko gets more interested to see who it is. Everyone panics, but Toma successfully instructs Shion to leave. While waiting for her friends, Shion is spotted by Nomiyama. the man who works for Mitsuko, but he doesn't pick her up this time. On their way to Shion, Aya tells Toma about what Satomi said in the kitchen. As Toma realizes what Satomi did for him, Shion calls out to them from across the street. The AI tells them she finally understands that to make Satomi happy, she must make everyone happy. Then, she aggressively grabs Toma in the middle of the road. At home, Satomi asks Mitsuko if an AI can hurt people even if they're programmed to help. Her mom clarifies that it's a common fear, but it's what she's trying hard to work past. Suddenly, Satomi receives a call from Toma. When she answers, the line is unstable, and Shion is the one talking. The call gets cut off, and she receives a photo of Shion in front of the solar panel field by the bus stop. Nervous, she hurriedly goes there and spots the AI on a rooftop. Shion tells her to watch what she prepared. Shion starts singing Satomi's favorite song from Moon Princess. She also commands the panels to reflect the sky and the wind turbines to light up in different colors. As Shion gets to the chorus, Toma, Aya, Go-chan, and Thunder appear beside her. They all sing as fireworks erupt, encouraging Toma to go to Satomi. As Shion's song ends, Satomi starts crying. The AI thinks she's sad, but Aya corrects her. Satomi says she always wanted to see something like that. Toma tells her he knows. He always had. Their friends cheer him on, and Shion tells him to say it already. Toma blushes as he thanks her for protecting him and apologizes for not seeing what she has done for him. However, the intimate moment gets interrupted when Shion gets shot and they get arrested. They are brought to and interrogated in Hoshima's building. Everyone except Satomi gets scolded by their parents. Saijo, the mastermind of the chaos, tells Satomi that an AI experiment on school grounds without permission violates the AI Regulation Act. Satomi defends Shion, saying she would never hurt anyone, but the man doesn't listen to a child. In another room, Nomiyama tells Toma about the illegal things that Shion did: hacking security cameras, broadcast, light systems, solar panels, and wind turbines. He also mentions how the emergency shutdown was nullified as he smugly relaxes in his seat. When they get sent home, Satomi finds her mom drinking in the dark. She asks what will happen to Shion but gets no answer. Instead, Mitsuko drunkenly says that the bastards in Hoshima waited years for her to finally slip up. Satomi tries to convince her mom not to give up, but it makes Mitsuko angrier. She asks why Satomi didn't tell her she knew about Shion. Satomi stands there feeling guilty as Mitsuko tells her to leave. Satomi doesn't go to class the next day, and the teacher says Shion transferred schools. Toma, Go-chan, Aya, and Thunder talk about how Oshima took their gadgets and even went through their phones. None of them have heard from Satomi. They also wonder about Shion's fate. The three look at Toma for answers, so he explains that Shion did something she wasn't ordered to do, which will likely result in having all her data wiped. When Toma visits the club room after classes, their computers are gone too, but he spots the trash can, which he converted into a hard drive, safely tucked away in the corner. That night, Thunder calls Toma, urging them to do something. Toma refuses. They're only kids. What can they do? Desperate, Thunder explains that he's left with nothing else because even his memories will be taken away. This gives Toma an idea, so he goes to see Satomi. On the other hand, Satomi is frustrated with their broken household AI system. She decides to go to the solar panel field and lies under the sky at the same spot where Shion sang to her. She screams and cries as she reminisces about Shion, wishing the AI would show up and sing to her again. When Toma finds her there, Satomi apologizes for making them all unhappy. She screams at him to leave. He doesn't listen and suddenly starts screaming out Shion's song. When he finishes, he tells Satomi he has something to show her. They go to Satomi's house, where Toma explains that Shion backed up her data in his drive when she was temporarily Thunder's sparring partner. Satomi tears up, realizing that Shion is the same program inside the toy Toma gave her. She also finds out that little Toma is the one who ordered Shion to make her happy. They see when Mitsuko took the toy and brought it to her office, where Nomiyama reformats it. But the program surprisingly makes a copy of itself on the internet and has been traveling the system for 8 years, watching Satomi grow up and always wondering if she's happy. Until one day, it finally found a body it could use to talk and sing to Satomi again, Shion. As they finish watching, they find Mitsuko, who was also watching. She couldn't believe her eyes, but Toma argues that it's not impossible for AI to develop independently. Suddenly, Aya, Go-chan, and Thunder arrive and overhear them. Aya exclaims she would love to live in a world full of Shion, and everyone agrees. Toma hands the toy to Mitsuko, reminding her that she's the one who created that in the first place. And so, they create a plan to rescue Shion. They successfully sneak into Hoshima and find Shion as Mitsuko guides them from the control room. Toma checks the computer Shion is connected to and urges Satomi to continue talking to the AI. Satomi starts singing to her instead, and Toma sees Shion's memories flash on the screen. The AI finally opens her eyes, and Satomi tells her she knows everything now. Suddenly, an alarm goes off, and Toma reminds them to stick to their plan. Aya pretends to be Shion and rides with Go-chan on his electric bike, while the rest run to the rooftop to free Shion's program. In the control room, Mitsuko is held back by Saijo and his men as they watch the students through the CCTVs. They learn of the president's arrival and panic, chasing the students in full force. Satomi, Toma, Thunder, and Shion climb to the rooftop. Unfortunately, the president's helicopter is landing when they get there. They go back down to get to the other tower, but their pursuers catch up. Thunder stays behind to stop them, but they still get trapped in the middle of the bridge to the other building. Shion slowly runs out of battery. As she is about to get shot, Satomi covers her. The electric system of the entire building goes haywire. Shion has once again asked her fellow AIs for help. The robots create formations and light up in different colors. The lights below show a message that says, "Let's sing, Satomi," as they finally escape. When they arrive at the rooftop, Toma quickly sets up the wires and Shion thanks him. Toma thanks her back for fulfilling his wish, making Satomi happy. But Shion thinks she failed both of them because Satomi is crying. Before they bid goodbye, Satomi asks Shion if she's happy too. With her face in the AI's hands, Shion tells her she has watched her grow up and got to spend time with her. So yes, Shion has been very happy all along. See you later, Shion. See you later, Satomi. Toma turns the knob and Shion's program is released with bright, colorful lights sparkling into the night sky. After all that happened, everyone's lives are getting back to normal. Their household AI system is fixed and Satomi is having breakfast with her mom again. They even do their usual cheer. Mitsuko gets called back by the company president and Saijo watches, expecting her to get fired. But to her surprise, the president tells Mitsuko not to hold back on her experiments next time. When they return to school, the group of friends gather on the rooftop and talk about how Oshima decided to keep everything hushed. It's good for both sides since there's no punishment for them. Thunder looks out at the view sadly because he misses Shion, and Go-chan and Aya purposely drags him away to give Toma and Satomi some privacy. Toma tells Satomi that Shion tried to make her happy not because she was ordered to, but because she wanted to. Satomi looks at him fondly, thanking Toma as he was the first one who wished for her happiness. As they blush and stutter, Satomi suddenly gets a call. When they answer, Shion asks what they're doing when she's already given them enough push. Toma and Satomi look up at the sky as Shion continues to ask if she hasn't reached them yet. She starts singing again from the sky. Literally, the AI is now a satellite in space. She sings the Moon Princess song again, urging Toma and Satomi to hold hands. Their friends cheer and watch them from behind as the childhood friends finally hold each other.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.